Hi students, my name is Satyam, lecturer in Computer Science and Applications, Government Degree College for Women's, Jagityal. Today's topic is decision structures in Python language. Means decision control statements in the Python language. Okay, before discussing this topic, we will discuss what is the control statements, means control structures concept in the Python language. Normally statements in a program are executed sequentially, that means top to bottom, that is in the order in which they are written, means the top to bottom approach. This is called a sequential execution. Transferring control to desired location in a program is a possible through the control structures. Okay, so generally the program is executed from top to bottom approach. That means so order in which they are written, generally the program is executed, but with the help of the statements, the control is moved to desired location in the program, a specified location in the program. With the help of the statements are called as, the structures are called as control structures. So normally statements in a program are executed sequentially in the order in which they are written. This is called as general sequential execution. But transferring control from one location to the another location according to the requirement of the programmer, according to the use of the program, so that can be possible in the programming language Python. So with the help of some structures, that means some statements, that statements are called as control statements. So in the simple manner we say that the control structures or the control statements in the Python are used to move the control from one place to another place, that means a desired location. Okay, so not in the general manner of sequential execution. So according to the requirement of the program, so the control will move from one place to another place, or so group of statements are maybe repeatedly executed. So this can be possible with the help of control structures or control statements in the Python language. So Python language allows two types of control structures available. So that means generally the Python language control structures are classified into two types. Okay, so first one is decision control structures, then repetition control structures. So the decision control structures are called as decision control statements. The repetition control structures are called as repetition control statements. So the statements are the structures, both are same. Okay, you may use the word structure or you may use the word statement. So that's why the decision control structures are also called as decision control statements. The repetition control structures are also called as repetition control statements. So like that the Python language contain two types of control statements. So that is first one decision control structures, number two repetition control structures. Okay, so first of all today we will discuss about decision control structures. Okay, in the decision control structures again the classification is available. So first one is simple if, second one is if else, third one is if else, fourth one is nested decision structure. Like that, there are four types of control structures are available under the classification of decision control structures. That is simple if else, if, then nested decision structures. Same in the repetition control structures. So the Python contain three types of repetition control structures. Number one, while loop. Number two, for loop. Number three, nested loops. Okay, so today in the class we will discuss about the first category of the decision control structures. Okay, so under this topic we will explain one by one continuously. Okay, now I will explain the first concept, first control structure of simple if. That means it's called as if. Okay, so before discussing the if statement, generally, so think in our life also, so many we knowingly or unknowingly were applying so many if conditions in our general life also. If I will prepare the examination for 1 month, I will get the rank, university rank. So if I learned in depth manner, then I will get the particular PG seat in the famous university. Okay, so like that, if you cannot write and read the concept in the depth manner, so you will not get the seat in the famous university. Okay, so like that, generally our brain is always thinking in our life the if condition. If this will happen, then the result will be good in my life. Okay, like that, always we are thinking about the if conditions in our daily life. Okay, same just like the Python language, if condition also worked. If the given condition is true, then the dependent block of statements are executed in the program. If the given condition, that means the verified condition, is false, then what will happen? So the dependent statements or the dependent group of statements are omitted in the execution. So like that, if condition is verified, if verifies the given condition, the condition truth value is true, then the following dependent statement or statements, that means a single statement or group of statements. Okay, so that will be executed. If the given condition truth value is false, then simply it omits the group of statements, so in the execution. Like that, the if condition is executed in the Python language. So according to our definition, the if statement is used to create a decision structure which allows a program to have more than one path of execution. The if statement causes one or more statements to execute when a Boolean expression is true. That means the Boolean expression means the condition. If the condition is true, then the following group of statements, the following block of statements are executed. Or if the Boolean expression means the condition is false, simply it will omits the dependent group of statements from the execution in the Python. So in Python we use if statement to write a single alternative decision structure. Okay, so the if condition is called as single alternative decision structure. What is the meaning of single alternative decision structure? So according to the condition truth value, so the following dependent block of statement, block means the group of statements are executed or not executed. Okay, so may be executed, may not be executed in the program. Okay, so like that it will take a single decision. So either it is executed or the statements not executed. Okay, like that the if condition is worked in the Python language. So observe the syntax of the Python language. So here in the box I will write the syntax. Okay, so if then mention the condition. Okay, first use the if keyword, then mention the condition. After condition you have to use colon symbol. So the colon symbol indicates the following statements are depended on this if condition to the compiler. So after giving the colon symbol, then simply write statement 1, statement 2 dash 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 statement n. So the group of statements are written with the under the if condition after the colon symbol written. So the colon symbol, okay, so the colon symbol will produce the following statements or belongs to if condition. Convert the following statements are depended on the if condition. Okay, so like that the if condition, okay, syntax is available in Python. So generally in the C or C++ language, so the if statement contain condition. After condition in the open curly brace and close curly brace, that means so in the curly braces the group of statements are occurred, the group of statements are available. So this total block is treated as in the C and C++ as a if condition block. But here there is no construction of block using the curly braces in the Python. There is no construction of open curly brace and close curly brace. So simply in the Python you have to use the colon symbol. Simply you have to use only colon symbol. If, then condition, after condition use the colon symbol, use the colon symbol, then here mention the group of statements, mention the group of statements. So if the given condition is true, then the following group of statements are executed. So if the given condition is false, simply it will omits the group of statements from the execution. Like that the simple if condition, that means the if condition is executed in the Python language. Okay, then comes to example. So before discussing the example, we will see the flow chart. Okay, how the program is executed, so that will be shown in the pictorial format. So that picture is called as flow chart of the particular control. So here the flow chart is shown the behavior of the if condition control statement. That means the if control structure. So here when the if condition is verified, okay, so that's why I will write condition in the diamond box. Okay, so if the condition, after verifying the condition is true, okay, then comes to conditional code. That means the group of code is executed, then comes to the control at stop position. That means at end of the if statement. So if the condition is false, then without executing this block of statement, simply it will comes to the end of the program. So that means end of the if condition. Okay, end of the if condition. After if condition, if any statements are available, that will be executed continuously. So like that, the flowchart will explain the behavior of the if condition. Okay, now we will discuss the syntax of the if condition and flowchart of the if condition. Now with the help of a simple example, I will explain the if condition in the Python language. Okay, right, a example program. The exam program name is positive.py. Okay, so why? Because the program is the Python program, that's why I will give the extension name .py as the extension name. Then the primary name, whatever it may be the primary name, so the programmer may be used. So I will give the primary name as positive. Okay, simply I will give the program name as positive.py. So according to your requirement, you may give whatever it may be the program name. But here observe the program carefully. So the first line, the program to find the given number is positive. So I will write a comment line. So before the comment line, I used the hash symbol. That's why this is called as the programmer's comment line, and this will be omitted while the Python interpreter is executed the program. Okay, so then now second line means in the execution first line. Okay, now the num is assigned to int of input, enter a number. So the input function will receive a number. So the number is in the form of string. So that string is converted as integer with the help of int function. Okay, then that integer value is stored in the num variable. So in the num variable, num variable, so a particular entered value, so for example the 11 value. Okay, so the 11 value is stored in the num variable. Now comes to the if condition. Okay, so this is the very important, this is the logic part of the program. Okay, here observe the logic part of the program. If condition, after if I am using the condition here. Okay, num is greater than 0. That means the num variable contain the value as 11. So 11 is greater than 0, the condition is true. So if the given condition is true, then what will happen? The following lines, the following statement or statements are executed by the compiler. So simply on the output screen, okay, so it will print, so as num comma is positive, that means num value is some 5 aithe 5 or 11 aithe 11, whatever it may be the value. So then here enter the number, so that is value is 11. So now the 11 is positive. Okay, 11 is positive. Then after completion of the if condition, then the following lines also executed by the Python. Simply the program end. So the program end string also print on your output screen. So like that, the if condition is executed in the Python language depending upon the truth value of the given condition. If the given condition is true, then the following statements are executed. If the given condition is false, the following statements are omitted in the execution. Okay, like that the if condition is executed in the Python language. Okay, now we will discuss about the second concept, that is if else statement. Okay, so here observe carefully if condition. So according to the truth value of the if condition, if the given condition is true, it executes the following statements. If the given condition is false, then the following statements are not executed. Okay, that means nothing will be executed with the if condition. But in the if else statement, if the given condition is true, the verified condition is true, then what will happen? The if statements are executed. If the given condition truth value is false, then the else block, that means else block statements are executed. Okay, so that's why in the if else statement, so even though the truth value is true, some group of statements are executed. So even though truth value is false also, the some group of statements are executed. If the condition truth value is true, then the if statements, the dependent if statements are executed. That means if block is executed, then if the given condition truth value is false, then it will omit the if condition block and simply it will execute the else block. Okay, like that the if else statement, either it executes the if block statements or it executes the else block statements. So depending upon the given condition truth value. So according to definition, an if else statement will execute one block of statements if the condition is true, or another block of statements if the given condition is false. Okay, so that is if the given condition is true, then simply it will execute the group of statements belongs to if block, then group of statements belongs to else block. Okay, like that the if else statement is executed in the Python. So here observe the syntax carefully. If else statement, so simply you have to write the if keyword, then mention the condition. So after condition you have to mention the colon symbol. Okay, you have to mention the colon symbol. Okay, so like that after colon symbol indicates the following statements are belongs to the block of if condition. Okay, so then here write the group of statements, that is statement 1, statement 2 dash 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 statement n. So then afterwards simply write the keyword as else, then else also must be followed with the colon symbol. Else also must be followed with the colon symbol. So the colon symbol following statements are treated as else block. Okay, treated as else block. Like that the if condition, then the group of statements, then else it contains the group of statements. Okay, then after completion of the if else statements, so then the following statements may be available in the program or may not be available in the program according to the requirement of the program. Okay, so like that the if else statement are executed in the Python language. Then comes to the flowchart of the if else statement. Okay, flowchart means the behavior of the pictorial representation of if else statement behavior in the program. So that is called as flowchart. Okay, now here if it verifies the condition, so then the condition is true, then it will execute the true block and it omits the false block, that means else block. then comes to the stop. That means comes to the bottom of the if else. So if the given condition is false, then the true block is not executed, but the false block is executed. That means the else block is executed, then again comes to the end of the if else statement. So like that the Python if else flowchart is available. Then comes to the example program. Here I am verifying the greatest of two numbers program. So for this program I am using the two variables, that is num1 comma num2. Okay, num1 comma num2. So then in num1 I will read a particular value. So for example that is 25. Okay, so then in num2 I will read from the keyboard, that is the value is some 15. Okay, now here the if condition verifies num1 is greater than num2. That means 25 is greater than 15. Okay, so now the 25 is greater than 15, the given condition is true. Okay, if the given condition is true in the if else statement, what will happen? The if block is executed, then else block is omitted. Okay, now here enter the first number, that is 25, enter the second number, that is 15. Simply it will respond as, so the first printf statement is executed, that is 25 is big. Simply it will omit the else block and again it will print the end of the program. Okay, so that means the following statement is if else statement, end of if else statement. So that statement are executed by the Python. So simply it will returns the 25 as big. For example, if you entered the values in the reverse manner, what will happen? That means enter the first number as 15 and the second number as 25. Then what will happen? So the first variable contain the value is 15 and the second variable contain the value as 25. Now 15 is greater than 25. The given condition, the if condition is false. So in this example, the if block is omitted, then the else block is executed. Okay, so simply it will returns the value as 25 is also 25 is big. So but that means the second variable is big. Like that the if else statement is used in the Python language. Okay, then comes to if elif else statement. Okay, so the if elif else statement is third classification of decision control statements in the Python. Here the definition of if else, if, that means if elif else statement is, there is another way of putting if conditions together when multipath decisions are involved. Actually in if condition single. Okay, so single path. So in the if else 2, that means binary path. Okay, in if elif else statement, so the multipath decisions are involved. So if the program want multipath decision concept, you have to implement that program in the if elif else statement. That means the group of values, the group of blocks are available. From that block only one block is executed depending upon the verified if conditions in the form of if elif else statement control structure. Okay, that's why the if elif else statement is called as multipath, okay, decision involved. Okay, now the conditions are evaluated from the top to down onwards. That means even though the if elif else statement contain multiple conditions with multiple group of statements, so the generally the top condition is verified. Then if the top condition is false only, comes to the bottom. Then second position, the second position condition, verified condition is false only, it will comes to third level. So fourth level, fifth level, dash dash dash, nth level. If in the first level the condition is true, then the following n minus 1 levels are omitted from the execution in the if elif else statement of Python. Okay, so when all the n conditions become false, then what will happen? The final else containing the default statement will be executed. All the if conditions about the top are verified and that will be become as false. Then what will happen? The last level if condition else part is executed by the Python interpreter. Okay, now we will see the syntax. Okay, here I am mentioning the if, then condition 1. Mentioning the if, then condition 1. The condition 1 contain group of statements. Okay, then elif, elif, elif contain second one, that is condition 2. Okay, then group of statements. Then again elif contain the condition 3. Okay, so then the third block, that means group of statements, third block, dash 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 dash, the elif contain condition n number of conditions. Okay, so then it contain nth block. Okay, nth block of statements. Then at last nth condition contain else part contain the default statements. Okay, like that first it verifies the if elif statement verifies the first condition number 1. The condition number 1 is true. Simply it will omits total following n minus 1 levels. Okay, so if the given condition is become as false, then only it will comes to the lower levels of the elif conditions. Okay, like that the if elif else statement is executed in the Python language. Okay, this is the syntax of if elif else statement. Okay, now I will explain the if elif else statement with the example program. Okay, now here the variable score is available. So in the score I will take the percentage of the particular student. Okay, so for example the student percentage is then 85, then what will happen? Okay, so 85 means 85 are above the 85, that means for example 88. Okay, so the in the first if condition, if score is greater than 85, that means 88 is greater than 85. So the given condition is true. The given condition is true. Then the first block of if elif else statement is executed, then remaining total n minus 1 levels are omitted from the execution. So simply it will print grade is O. Okay, so here in the output section, enter the score of student is 95%. 95 is greater than 85, then automatically it will print the grade as 0. Then the from the elif part 2, so last else part, that means default part that is simply omitted by the Python interpreter, means that are not executed by the Python interpreter. Okay, now if for example the score value is 45. Okay, you think 45, then what will happen? The 45 is greater than 85, condition is false, then it will comes to the elif part. So here elif part, again the second condition is there. So in the second condition, the value is 45, 45 is greater than 70, again condition is false, it will comes to the third level. Okay, so here again I mentioned the condition, so that is score is greater than 60. So here 45 is greater than 60, again condition is false, so it will comes to the third level. Okay, so in the third level 45 is greater than the 45. Okay, so now what will happen? 45 is greater than the 40, condition is true, simply it will print the grade as C. Okay, so like that the if elif statement, only the group of n levels, only one level is executed, remaining levels are omitted. Okay, so for example, if you enter the score value as some 30, then the first level is false, and the second level is false, and third level is false, and fourth level is false. Simply it will comes to the default, that means last level else part. So simply it will print the grade as F in the output. Okay, like that the if elif program, that means if elif conditional control structure of Python is worked in the Python language. Okay, then comes to the last topic, that is nested decision structures. So in the nested decision structure concept, simply we say that according to the requirement of the programmer, a if or if else statements are nested, interrelated with one or more if or if else statements, then that type of structure is called as nested decision structures. Okay, that means a if or if else statement contain internally one or more if or if else statements, then we say that that is called as a nested if. So in the simple manner. Okay, so to test more than one condition, a decision structure can be nested inside another decision structure. Okay, inside another decision structure. Okay, that type of inside nesting of one if or if else statement, internally one or more if or if else statement, then we say that that is called as nested decision control structure. Nested decision control structure. Okay, writing of if else statement in another if or if else statement is called as nested decision structure. Means, so a if or if else statement contain internally one or more if or if else statements, then that is called as nested decision structures of Python. So this nesting, the construction of nesting is designed by the programmer according to his requirement of the program. Okay, so like that the nested decision structures are used in the Python language. Okay, now comes to example. So why? Because the standard syntax is not available for this nested decision structures, that means nested decision control statements. Why? Because according to requirement of the program, the programmer can construct, the programmer can nest or construct a using one or more if or if else statement. So internally on top to bottom. Okay, so the particular specific syntax is not available. So according to requirement of the program, the programmer may construct the nest this if or if else statement in the form of nested decision control structures. Okay, so that's why I will explain the concept with the help of examples. with the help of example. Okay, now here there are three variables are there. So this program explains the greatest of three numbers program. Okay, so it will print the greatest of three numbers. Okay, so that's why here first variable is num1, second variable is num2, and third variable is num3. Three variables are there. So with the help of the input function, I will receive three values from the keyboard, and that three values are converted into the integer constant with the help of int function. So the routine story. So that values are stored in the particular num1 comma num2 comma num3 variables after these three lines are executed by the Python. Okay, now here after getting the values num1 comma num2 comma num3, then what will happen? So num1, num2, num3. There are three variables are there. In the three variables, first variable value is 25, and second variable value is 15, and third variable value is 32. So here I will give the example. Okay, so before discussing the logic of this program, observe carefully here the program. So here at the uppermost position, a if-else statement is there. In the uppermost position, a if-else statement is there. Okay, that means this is the uppermost. So in the else part, again one if-else statement is there. Okay, so that's why this concept comes under to the nested if condition. Okay, that means according to our definition, a if or if else statement, that means a if else statement contain internally, that means contain under in the if part or else part. So in the else part contain internally one or more, again malli one or more if or if else statement. So in this from this definition, a if else statement is there. So that's nesting, the construction is called as the nested if. So observe the example carefully. So in the topmost position, a if else statement is there. In the else part, again one more if else statement is there. So in the topmost position, a if else statement is there. In the else part, again one if else statement is there. So a if else statement contain internally one if else statement, then we say that this is the example of the nested if. Okay, now here comes to the explanation of the program. So now the explanation of program is like this. So the first value is 25, second variable value is 15, and third variable value is 32. Then first comes to the first if condition here. So the num1 25 is greater than 15. Okay, so again AND operator. Okay, here I am using the AND operator. Again the second condition is, so 25 is greater than 32. Okay, two conditions are there. So 25 is greater than 15. So generally the condition is false. Okay, so again the 25 is greater than 15. 25 is greater than 15. The condition is actually true. Okay, now the 25 is greater than 32. The condition is false. Now the true and false, you will get the false. Okay, already we discussed in the AND operator. Okay, so AND operator truth table yesterday class we will explain deeply. Okay, so the first condition is true, the second condition is false, then the two conditions are clubbed with the AND logical operator. Then what will happen? The truth value of the total condition become as false. Okay, now if the given condition is false, simply it will comes to the else part. Okay, so it will comes to the else block. Okay, so the else block again contain the one more condition, that is num2 is greater than num1 and num2 is greater than num3. Okay, here num2 means 15. Okay, so 15 is greater than 25. Again num2 means 15. Here the 15 is greater than 32. Okay, here the 15 is greater than 25. The condition is false. The 15 is greater than 32. This condition also become as a false. So false and false, you will get the false. Okay, like that. The in the else part, again the if condition become false, then what will happen? So now the control is comes to the else part of the second if else. So that means this part. Simply it will print the num3 is largest value. So the num3 value is 32. So 32 is largest value. Okay, like that. So the if else statement contain internally one if else statement. So we say that this is the nested if concept. Okay, so like that we will used the nested if condition in the Python language according to the requirement of the program. Okay, so now I am concluding the class, today's class. So till now we will discuss about the what is control structures, then the classification of the control structures, the first classification, decision control structures in the Python language we will discuss today's class. So the decision control structures are also called as the decision control statements. These statements are classified into 4 types. Number 1, if condition. Number 2, if else condition. Number 3, if else condition. Number 4, nested if condition. Okay, so like that the first type of decision control structures in Python is completed today's class. Okay, thank you one and all.